Hey guys, so today we're going to be making my thank you cards that I use in my shop. This is the one from the summer. I'm doing a voiceover because, I don't know, these are all the different colors. And this is how I did it. I had two stamps. This was the black ink, and this is the color side. And this is the Halloween stamp. So this was recorded a few months ago. But I just didn't have time to edit. The first thing I'm gonna have to do is cut the paper using my cutting machine, and then we're gonna roll the ink out. This is the ink I have, first time using it. We're gonna pin up so they can dry, and then we have these for text. So I'm gonna use these for the thank you message. So this is a standard card. This is one of the old ones from last year. The upside down was on purpose. It was kind of a joke. And then this is, again, the summer card. So I'm just organizing these into an order of which I can cut them, how many I can cut at a time. I believe I cut into 100 cards. So that's my area for duds. And then this is the area where I will be printing. And then I have a second area here where I will be rolling out this ink. This ink is intense. You really only need a tiny little bit. And that's probably even too much, I think, trying to get rid of it. This is my roller. It's got a little bit of fluff on it, but that's no mind. And then you just kind of roll the ink out, spread it out so you can kind of thin it out, I guess is the way to put it. I'm really new to using this kind of ink, so we're gonna have a few duds off the bat, unfortunately. I just wanted to show this process because I'm new to this part. I usually use little ink pads. This is the first dud. Definitely too much ink, not enough pressure. A little disappointing. We're gonna try again, and I'm gonna try and really even coat it. And then this time I'm laying a card down, and I'm gonna use my tried and true method, which is using these little ink pads. You can even see the faded edges I was pointing out from me using them so much, but it's smeared. Ugh, it's gonna happen. Definitely too much ink, a little bit too much smear. So this time I'm trying really light. I'm not pushing too hard, and we also went really light on the ink. So this is the final print. It was actually, I didn't re-ink it, so it was a little light. So hopefully this will be the final test to see if this works. And it already is moving because I didn't have my finger down on it. So I don't remember. Oh yeah, this turned out decent, but it could be better. So while setting up, I got a door greeting from some Japanese Jehovah's Witnesses. It really is so hard to turn them away because they send the sweetest, nicest old ladies. I'm not super religious for multitudes of reasons. I even tried to test the waters, like I'm gay, or like I said I was bisexual, but like I'm part of LGBTQ, is that gonna be an issue? And they're like, no, we'll talk about it, we've talked about it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know a lot about Jehovah's Witnesses. I know that, I remember hearing they're not big on Halloween. I don't know if that's true or not. If I'm getting that mixed up with somebody else. Probably not gonna go to the church thing they invited me to. Like, something normal in America still happens here in Japan, so. Apparently this is a website where I can find English, so. Not advertising them at all, I just don't know what to hold up for this part. So mind the mess, I've got this clothing hanger, and I'm going to hang string from it, and then hang the cards as they finish. There we go. That's gonna have to do. And I also set this out so I can hang some more strings. Don't judge me, my mess. So I'm gonna get a head start on this while eating some lunch and listening to some stuff, while also charging my phone because it needs it. I'm gonna get back and we'll do a time lapse of filming the rest of them. So I realized I'm not gonna have enough pins. I've already used most of them. So this is earlier than I planned, and I'm going to show you more or less some of the process. I've only had a few duds so far. They're all the way up there. I'm going to need more clothespins if I want to do this more often. So we get light splattering ink, which I forgot. You kind of gotta go both ways. And then try and line up the card. And then take, while keeping a finger on, like just barely lightly push the card in, minimal pressure. And then we peel off. And then that's about as good as I can get consistently. Occasionally it'll smudge, you get some heavier ink down here. This space always seems to miss out, so I was trying to push down a little harder there, but I'm gonna hang this up and we're gonna move into a time lapse, and then I'm gonna show this. Eventually we'll cut to another day and I'll show you how I do the text. Yay! So this is the last one. I'm gonna film this in real time, even though I missed the rolly part. See how we do. Hopefully the last one. A little heavy, but well, do the rack. So here's what we got going. A couple more of these, but I'm gonna let them chill like this for a bit. And then I'm going to, right now they're sitting on their own clips. I'm gonna double them and try and figure out a better way to hang them, maybe at the side. So I'm using less clothespins and I can dry this like really heavy pigment. You can't even see it. I guess it's hard to see in the film. That little shine there, that's what means it's still wet. Oh, and it's smacking into its brother. Hold on. Shoot. I can't maneuver that right now. Not with a... Or can I? Oh. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, so we'll come back to this at some point. I'm gonna have to do the rest of the stack because I only got through half. I think I should have done the math on how many clothespins I was buying, but half is actually not a bad amount. But I still have plenty of ink. Surprisingly, even though it looks like it's all wrought out, there are areas like here, and then as you get over here, you can still see there's that stickiness. Not as much over here because this is where I roll off excess, but this is where most of the ink is, and that stickiness, you can really see that. So there's still a lot of fresh ink, so I don't want to wait too long and waste it. So I'm just going to have to figure out, let these cool for a little bit, double them up, hang them again, make some more. Hopefully if I double them up, I'll have enough to hang all of them. Cut to the next bit. Okay, so we've got this, which is a red, which I think is a little too old to use. It might be dried out. We got another bit more like pinkish red, in the magenta area. We've got a nice green, which feels Halloween-y. And then we've got an orange, which hopefully is a bit more yellow, but hopefully this will last. I'm a little worried about it, because this is also pretty old. Sorry for the board lighting. So the way I do this part is I basically take, I'm gonna start with my lightest color, which I think was this one. And we just simply pat it down. I tend to look for a shine. It might not come up on camera. Cap it. Take our cards. Place them. Do the same rub with a bit more force. There's a little less chance of it sliding around. We're working with less ink. Whoop. And we've got it, the double print style that I don't know why I really like this slightly off, kind of, this is actually a really good one. And then, so once these are finished, we actually move on to using these. These are basically like little typeface things, and we'll get to this in a bit. I do a thank you in the center as well as my name on the back. back, so we'll get to that when we do. For right now, I'm going to sort the cards out by the colors I want. This first round, I'm just going to do some tests. I have some paper towels for cleanups in between rounds, and then we're just gonna, I don't know, speed run it? Not speed run it, but whatever the film version of speed running is. I can't think of it. I'm an idiot. So I finished my test. I know it's hard to see. This is actually the more true red. And because it's this more pinky color, I know that it's actually probably close to drying out, so I'm not going to be using this one. I'm going to be using this card, but I'm not going to be using this color. And I'm going to stick to these 3, which, oh yeah, they're upside down. I'm going to be sticking to, sorry, these 3, the little stoplight trio. And yeah, so now I'm going to sort and organize the cards and go through my printing process. Yellow first, then green, then red. Okay, we're all sorted. I've got my small pile here, over here, and I'm gonna just speed things up and we're gonna try and go through the printing process. Let's go. Time lapse, that's the word I was thinking of. I had to look at my phone for it. Okay, obviously I'm not going to record this entire process. I'm just going to get back to you when they're all done. Ba-bum. And there we go. There's the 3. So now we're going to get to the text. Whee! So first we're going to open this sticker up and make the main message. And these just kind of clip together like so. And then these clips allow me to do this. It's not even focused. Anywho, so now we have our thank you stamp, and we're gonna go stamp all of these. It's gonna be a bit. So while I think the red works on its own, the green and the yellow are a little light. So thankfully, I've got this black pad, which I think still has some ink left in it. And we're gonna do a run through with the thank you with this black. I'll show you how fast I work in real time. I'll do a couple of these. And I'm not, like, I don't care too much about the alignment. I just want to make sure it's legible. So I try and get it near enough to where I randomly placed the original, but it's supposed to be messy. Messy is me. I suppose this is the faster part of the process. Yeah, definitely the faster part of the process, but like a little tedious, and you'll see why later, breaking down the letters to do other things. I actually usually get some soreness in my arm or some kind of like friction burn. Not like a full burn, but you know what I mean. I need like gloves. Okay, that's the red done. I'm gonna go finish the other 2. And here's the fun bit. We get to the back of the card. So first I'm going to be doing yellow, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is not actually my signature. I do have a stamp now, a rubber stamp, that has my logo, but for sake of nostalgia, I'm actually gonna do my old method, which starts with an N. And that's a nasty N, and I gotta do some cleaning. Hold on. So I'm gonna mark all these cards with an N, and I'll explain why later. I've been noticing something. This is the first time I'm using the black ink for the main print with these pad inks, and it's kind of making the pad ink stick less to the black parts, which is causing it to rub off onto the back of the cards a little. So something to keep in mind. I should probably do the color first next time, and maybe that'll have a different result. I'm not entirely sure. I need to make sure I'm using this ink right. Yellow's done. Okay, so as you saw, we were doing these single ends. Now I'm going to do them in black. That should be fun. I've got the whole pile here of how many ever. I've still got a couple off to the side for secret reasons. So let's get to the black. Oh, my neck hurts so much bad for staying out of the lighting there. Sorry if you're sensitive to the cracking noises. Okay, next up, this is all in my way. So the reasoning for the offset M, I'll explain in a minute, but if you're an old-time fan, you know what's up. There you go. There you go. Do you get it now? So this set comes with double vowels, but not double consonants, which makes sense. So I kind of embraced that flaw because of my username, that I'd have to do the N twice, and instead of trying to hide it and make it perfect so you don't notice the fact I had to do the N twice, I did it 3 times and made it my signature. Now I do try to line up, whoa, it shifted, hold on. That was not a good one, oh well. I do try to line up the main with the end, but we do as good as we can. And if I look at my old ones, it has the same one, I just did it in the center of the card. So I just wanted to highlight that, you know, this was going to be offset anyway. Why not add to that offsetting? So let's go knock these out. This is probably too much time lapsing, but honestly, I want to show you guys how tedious this process is. This is the finished card. This is the first stamp I made, and I still love to use it, and whenever I do, I really like using this. You know, the first time I did it, before I had a little stamp logo. I did find this one, which is, again, one of my very first early stamps. I'll show this one off. And I think I'm going to be using this on my orders this month, the rest of the month, rest of the season, why not? Aww, didn't do as good, but whatever. It's just a little ghosty coming out of a pumpkin, so cute. Anywho. Oh, you're probably wondering why I left some of these cards without a thank you or a sign. I'm gonna make these all special messages. I don't know what they are yet, and they don't mean anything if you get one. Not like a super secret discount or whatever. I just think it might be fun to have some silly messages mixed in with the thank yous. And I will be shuffling this stack, all the colors and stuff later. So you get what you get. You know, I might leave a message for you on the back. I'm gonna just add in some funny ones because I think that'd be fun, and I'm gonna do it off camera so you don't even know what's gonna be coming. You don't even know. Oh, I can't even, there we go. I had to figure out what the camera was. You don't even know.